Hey, in case you didn't know, I wrote a short book, horror fiction, called Gnome Cave. It's available as a hardback, paperback, on Kindle, and it's now on audiobook as well, read by yours truly. Before it came out, I didn't want to talk too in depth about it, but now that it's been out for a little while, I feel like it's a good time to talk more about what's going on between the lines. Any artist who puts their work out there always can use some opportunity to explain what their intentions were and what they were feeling when they created it. So, the main theme of Gnome Cave, if you've read it, you can already tell, is about hopeless nostalgia. It's about a character who is so fixated on the good old times that he abandons all reason and goes down a dark path to recreate those times. You might have seen a series I made a while ago called Board James, where a guy tries to force his friends to get together to play games, which turns into tragic results. It's similar to that, so if you know Board James, you know my style, you know where my mind is at. So in Gnome Cave, the main conflict is the past versus the future. So it's told in two perspectives. One character who wants to go back to the past and the other who's running from it. So these two types of people do exist in real life. As a writer, you observe, you collect, and then you write it down. So which one wins, the past or the future? Well, see, that's up to the reader to decide. Horror stories are sometimes best when it ends on an ambiguous note. So I wanted to talk about what that ending meant, and whether or not you've read it already, I'll speak vaguely enough so it doesn't spoil too much. So, as the story winds down, it seems like the future wins, as it does in nature. Nothing lasts forever. In time, everything goes away eventually. But it's how we choose to remember these things. You could stand on the site of some tragic event. Maybe it was a murder. Maybe it was a historic battleground in a war. And there could be nothing there to hint at what happened. So the idea of there being a Starbucks or something in the same location would be very ironic. Usually that's not the case. Something famously tragic would have a memorial on the spot, even if it's just a plaque. All evidence has been wiped off the face of the earth, but the memory lives on. But what is the power of memory? And that's the kind of thing that's been on my mind and why I wrote this story. In a way, it was kind of therapeutic to put it down in a story to get all these thoughts under control. The question I was asking myself was, does nature forget? And if so, is human memory the only thing preserving the past? Let's say it's something that's not tragic. Let's say there's something you fondly remember, and it's something that only you really know about. Let's say there was a tree in your backyard of your childhood home, and this tree had a tire swing. Let's say you never forgot about that tree. You associate your childhood innocence with swinging on that tire swing on that tree on that very spot. And then, sometime much later, the tree gets struck down in a thunderstorm. It's chopped up and hauled away, and the only thing left is the stump. That marks the spot. Then eventually the stump rots away. Now there's nothing. It's like the tree never existed. Is it? Or does your memory keep it alive? The character Kate is trying to do the opposite. In the final act of the story, all she wants to do is cover up any trace of Gnome Cave. Eventually, it's gone. Time forgets. So you could say the past loses, the future wins. But on the very last page, I leave you with the possibility that maybe the past always finds a way to come back. So without describing it in detail, if you've read it, you know that something appears in its place, a tangible object as a reminder. Now, it could be a total coincidence, and that's the part I want to leave you to decide. Is it just a coincidence? Is it there because if you look hard enough for something, you'll find it? Is it because she can't let go of the past? Even though, ironically, she was the one who spent the whole time trying to run from the past. Or on the flip side of this, is it more like fate? Is this object there as a reminder that she can't shake the past? Is it actually following her? So, yeah, that's the type of stuff that was running through my head when I was writing it all down. It's open for interpretation from the very moment they enter the cave. Does the place actually have a power? Is it like The Shining, where the hotel makes Jack crazy? Or is he more like Norman Bates, where he's crazy all along? I felt that the cave is kind of like, remember Empire Strikes Back? Remember when Luke goes into the cave and he asks Yoda what's in there and he says, only what you take with you. That line always stuck with me. So I feel it's kind of like that, where you go in and then things become whatever you make them. My biggest influence as far as style goes must have been The Twilight Zone. In my head, I can almost hear Rod Serling narrating the whole thing. That's just how I think and how I write. It went through a lot of changes from the original screenplay version I wrote, because when I wrote the screenplay, it was with logistics in mind, because I would have to film it. But with the book, I just let my imagination run wild. So that whole final act after the dragon, I added that for the book, because the screenplay spent more time inside the cave with Dante stalking his friends. But in the book, I didn't want it to come off like a generic slasher movie, so I kept the pace moving. I wanted to keep you entertained, to be short, so you can read it in one sitting. So I hope you enjoy it. You can buy it with the links below.